Welcome back to the lab. Today I want to discuss the Nintendo 3DS and how it feels to be an owner of the system in 2024 or 2025, depending on when you're watching this video. So without any further ado, let's go.
This version of the 3DS has the clamshell setup with the two cameras on the front at 640 by 480 pixels. Next is the auxiliary headphone jack, followed by the power and charging indicator lights. On the right side, we have our Wi-Fi indicator light, our wireless enable and disable button, our 3DS 3D slider, the charge port, the system stylus, and to the far right is the infrared sensor. In the center is where you can dock or eject cartridges for the DS system. On both ends of the system, you'll have two shoulder buttons labeled L and R, and all are located on the rear of the 3DS system. On the left side of the system, you have a volume toggle switch and also the SD card port. The first few things I noticed was the size of the handheld at about 5 inches, and opening the handheld initially.
That click. Ooh, I love that click.
The 3DS has two speakers that support Dolby Surround 2.0 on both sides of the main screen, which is 3.5 inches with 800 by 240 pixels, which sits below a front-facing camera. The bottom screen is a LCD resistive touchscreen with a 4.3 aspect ratio at 320 by 240 pixels. In the same space, there's a home, start, and select button. On the left, there's a D-pad, and above that is some weird analog thingamajig, followed by your standard YXBA buttons and your power button. To the uninformed, and that may just be me, this system can play all of the DS games. There are 6 variants in the DS family. That includes the original Nintendo 3DS and its XL variant, the Nintendo 2DS and the new Nintendo 2DS, and also the new 3DS and its XL variant. Whew. I believe the Wii U and the Switch were Nintendo's way of bringing the success of the 3DS to our living rooms. If at first you don't succeed, we're a game console. The Nintendo 3DS was announced March 2010. It was released February 26, 2011. It had a 9-year lifespan. 13, almost 14 years later, still has a massive following. Why do I think it's so popular, you ask? No subscriptions, no ads, Wi-Fi, and portability. Put those together and you have a classic for life. Unfortunately, on April 8th, 2024, the online store met its demise. The servers were shut down. However, to Nintendo's dismay, out of the concrete, a rose would bloom. And that rose would be called HOMEBREW. Fun fact, did you know this was the first Nintendo console to have the full game available online for download? Also, this console had YouTube and Netflix, and it wasn't available on the DS. That was monumental. But back to the topic. There were so many games in their entirety that are unplayable since the eShop was wiped. HOMEBREW and the HOMEBREW will allow you to download any game that was on the eShop. The alternative is to acquire each game from resellers, which can be pretty costly. You can also download movies, updates, and DLC, and also region-locked games are playable on HOMEBREW. You can also use HOMEBREW to play other Nintendo handheld systems, such as the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. As of right now, my 3DS is still vanilla, so I want to thank Red Tech for the HOMEBREW footage. And if this video gets 20 likes, I'll do a video of me installing HOMEBREW on my 3DS. The next thing I did after leaving the eShop was going on a journey to create my very own Mii. Since this is my first time owning and playing a DS system, I wanted to recreate the hype and elation of my gaming counterparts in 2011. At that point in my life, I was going to school and holding down a full-time job. No time for games. However, I think better late than never would apply perfect in this situation. The next thing I did was check notifications and imagine how gamers felt getting messages about game installs, system updates, spot pass notifications after inviting Mii's to the Plaza on their personal handheld system. It did take quite a while to update the Street Pass on the Nintendo 3DS, but what can I say? I was in it for the long haul, and the nostalgia had taken over my body. After finishing the Street Pass setup and naming my Mii, I was anxious to see what else we could do with this vanilla 3DS. So I tried an AR game. I was anxious to play anything. With that being said, what you did on this AR game was take a picture of your face with the front-facing camera, and you were able to shoot little bullets at it while playing in some type of augmented reality. It was fun for the first few seconds, but I was eager to move on and find different things to be absorbed into. Just like the eShop, Nintendo Zone has been put out to pasture. There is an activity log, but the name speaks for itself, so I won't go into it. There were a few themes that I was able to sneak off of the eShop, so I was pretty elated about that. But other than that, there wasn't anything else on the eShop that I was able to download. Black and gold theme? Go Saints. Who dat? I'll admit, I took more pictures than I thought I would. What's up, Kal-El?
I did it for the gram. Yeah.
I think that's it for the vanilla DS. Now I'm going to get into a few games. I'm going to cut the sound because I've been getting some copyright strikes, so forgive me on that.
Thanks for watching the video. Hope to see you all again in 2025 and have a Merry Christmas. Peace. Well, guess I'll go watch that Superman video again. Wife, where are my trunks?